Hi, I'm Dan.
And I'm Can.
And this is a Candid Conversation, a weekly podcast deep from the depths of our black souls. No? Well, some people would say so. Some people we know that went out and saw the new Washington movie.
Dan, stop.
Have you guys seen that yet? It looks like it's non-politically affiliated or religiously affiliated.
Okay.
God bless him.
It looks like, I'm sure the acting is great. I don't know. Usually in those kind of movies, the acting kind of bugs me.
I think a lot of it was AI generated, though. So
it was.
So
yeah.
It'll be wasted on the youth. They won't watch it. They don't like it.
They won't watch. The young won't watch Young Washington.
Nope. Anyways, what do you got for me?
So my question today.
Oh, shit.
A little conversation about which Christianity do you think is going to win?
Lutherans.
All right. And bye.
All right, let's watch some videos. You're trying to get... Yeah, because they're all fighting each other to...
No, they're acting like they're all...
They're starting to fight a little bit.
Yes.
You know, the Pope's really stirred them up a little bit with the Catholics versus evangelicals.
In evangelicalism, they'll be like, well, those aren't Christians.
Yeah.
But eventually, evangelicals will fight with anybody.
Yeah, the Mormons,
Let's talk about just even the different churches we attended.
Well, the last church we went to was a branch off from another church. And I don't know.
They broke away because the pastor had some sort of different belief or something.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what it was. Because he had more
crosses burned in his yard. No, I'm serious. That happened.
I don't know.
Somebody did something like that to him.
But that church that they broke from was very cultish and... Very
much. They didn't let people raise their hands at that church.
Yeah. Yeah, you had to follow the pastor's every whim and desire.
Yeah, he's like a god to them.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's still a pastor there, but yeah.
He probably died by now.
Then I went to a school where that pastor would bring in people all the time that had different beliefs, like all women should wear dresses, all men should have short hair. They would go through these phases where they try to appease these leaders, right? They're different churches that have split from each other. He didn't necessarily agree. He was just suggestible to all the things.
Yeah. We know another church where a kid was groomed to be the leader of the church while the pastor went off to other pastors to preach, bigger spaces. That fell apart, so he came back and reclaimed his crown at the church here, kicking the kid out.
The little guy.
Which then started a division because...
The little guy was looking for reasons to point out that the big guy shouldn't be in that position.
His wife was on medication, so he didn't have his house in order, so he shouldn't be a preacher, and was starting to try to usurp his authority there. And then they just ended up leaving, going to a church that they didn't like beforehand, that didn't teach the gospel according to them.
But now it's okay.
But now they're cool. They're close enough, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know. We also went to a Seventh-day Adventist church, which they only worship on Saturdays. So I guess my thing is, I want to say that I think I find hope in is there's not going to be one group that wins out and says, all of you must live this way, because even the Christians will fight the Christians.
And that's why you have whatever it is, 45 million.
It's like 40,000 different denominations. I mean, that might be the larger number. There's at least like 4,000.
Let's see. Let's Google it. I won't speak it in there. How many denominations
of Protestant Christianity?
I'm going to go of Christianity.
Or just Christianity.
Yeah.
Catholicism will be one. It is pretty unique.
There are an estimated 45,000 Christian denominations worldwide. However, this massive number is often inflated by independent, local, or house churches. Scholars suggest more practically tally is several hundred major denominational groups, all originating from 6 primary branches.
What are the 6 primary branches?
Catholicism,
Okay.
Eastern Orthodoxy,
Okay.
Oriental Orthodoxy,
Okay.
Protestantism,
Okay.
Restorationism, and
Okay.
the Church of the East.
Huh. Those are probably based on what, like Restorationism, I would think thinks there'll be a full restoration or something.
Groups that sought to restore the original early Christianity, which included Restorationist movements, Latter-day Saints, and Jehovah's Witnesses.
Like, what would evangelical Christianity fall under? Protestantism?
Protestantism, the most diverse branch, which splintered into thousands of specific groups and movements, including Baptists, Methodists, Lutherans, and Presbyterians.
And then even more underneath there, I'm sure.
Yeah.
That's the type of Christianity we're talking about. Not Eastern Orthodox.
Yeah.
Catholicism has its issues, but I don't think, like, Catholicism has caused a lot of trouble in the history, but it kind of got defeated a lot by when Protestantism, I hate that word, whatever, you know what I'm talking about, I think has caused even more suffering.
Yeah.
Because it has continued on, and the Catholic Church kind of took almost like, it has power, but not like that kind of power.
I think the
not
Catholic Church was able to stay fairly unsplintered, except for the Lutheran branch off, because they had a central...
But the Lutheran branch off is what led into Protestantism and all that, right?
They had a central authority and a system set in place. So the Pope was always the leader of the church.
Yeah.
Once you got into Protestantism, there's no leader anymore.
No, there isn't. You have all these guys who think they're the leaders of their own.
Like we were talking just in our little town here of 300,000 people, splintered off churches because I don't agree with exactly everything you're saying. There's so many
splintering of churches that we've seen, even in our life.
Because there isn't this great, grand thing. Look at Baptists. There's so many splinters off of the Baptists. You got the different IBL, IBFP,
Southern Baptist,
and they try to fall underneath this one Baptist conference, but it doesn't work because all these other guys don't agree exactly with it, and these are more liberal, and these are more conservative, and these are all this. That since there is no leadership and no common authority, that it's all onto the individual pastors, which got a call from God, and that's I'm the pastor, and you're wrong, and I'm going to believe like this. Think about your dad. He wanted to be a preacher, but then he kind of got embarrassed or shut down by one preacher here, and then just never started. He started his own sect in your own family by teaching you guys every other Sunday.
He indoctrinated us for sure.
Yeah.
6 hours on a Sunday, just sitting and listening to him. Yeah.
So
good times.
Yeah. I think that's the thing that's what will destroy the Protestant side of everything, is that
they'll destroy themselves.
It's all the individualism and the individual little
and
dictators.
The egos all over the place that I know what's right. I have the truth. We have it, not you.
Think about some of them. I can't remember Stephen, whatever his name is, that had the little one in Phoenix where he was one of them that was really...
Stephen Furtick or something?
No, he's down in South Carolina. He's one guy. He's got a small little Baptist church, 50, 100 people maybe, and it's in Arizona. But he was the one that was always like against a homosexual agenda, and
I think I know.
He was like, you go ahead and shoot him, type thing like that. Very, very
disgusting. Violent, antichrist.
Anti-woman and everything else. I don't know where I was going with him, but he. Little tiny ego, but when someone tried to get up out of, or someone came up and was asking, had a Bible in his hand, was like, hey, but this verse here, and he's like, get him out of here.
Oh, yeah.
Get him out of here.
He is the guy
coming up here and challenge me with the Bible. We don't do that in this church. You sit down, you listen to the message. Get it.
So, he can't handle it. His ego's so fragile. Yeah.
And that's what happens. All these guys' egos are so fragile. And little tiny.
Whatever happened to Greg Locke?
He just kind of, I think.
This is what happens. They kind of just filter away,
he
become less.
He got exposed for what he was, and then
he's probably still got his church somewhere. But it's like,
he was going to blow it up.
He was all over the news for a while. And his ego gets so big. Witches. I don't even know how these people.
There's witches all over the place.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he's still going, but he's lost a lot of his steam on what he was doing, and
I guess like the thing because when you say like Christian nationalism is probably its own too type of Christianity, right? It's like you have to believe in, these certain things. And that's really how we came out of the Christian church. It started just by having a slightly different belief on the end times, which then created an understanding of the beginning, which unraveled everything in the middle. You know what I'm saying? So it was because our beliefs didn't even line up with the end times, we couldn't be in the church that we were in because people are like, you now are a heretic. Just because we were like, I understand this verse differently. And that is the problem with all of it is people are interpreting it themselves. But the other solution that other people do, like, okay, let's say the Catholic Church. So you have this Protestant where it's very individualistic. You got these different leaders all over the place. But in Catholicism, you have one leader saying, I know the truth from God and that what I say goes.
Yeah, everyone's supposed to follow the Pope's interpretation. Now, there are factions inside there which...
like you have your Jesuits and stuff, right? They're different than everybody else.
Well, they're different branches of Catholicism. They still fall in line with the Pope. They're just a special little...
They do something specific? Or?
They're more educational and they're big in education and teaching. A couple other little things I can't remember from my high school years. But... for the most part, they all fall in line. Now, some will disagree. Some of the cardinals or bishops would be like, no, the Pope, and they'll start branching off, but then they kind of get chastised by the authority above them, get back in line.
Well, because they are actually financed by the big top guy, right? It filters down.
Yeah, everything kind of feeds in, and some gets kept here, some gets shot up. So, yeah.
Yeah, so that is very different from Protestantism. It is so different because it's just in that little group. You make your money from your congregants, right? And it filters up to him.
Yeah, and some of them have bigger, like the Baptist Convention has a bigger group that feeds into that. But
do they have a head of that? I mean, like, was it John MacArthur at one point?
I don't know. Maybe.
So they were trying to mimic that.
They had a president or something, and they'd have this meeting of all their people and try to come to some commonality, but then that would cause more factions.
Yeah.
And it has over time.
There's just no way that if there is something bigger than us, it cannot depend on the outside of you figuring it. You can't figure it out from the outside of yourself.
Yeah,
because it's so confusing who's right and who's wrong.
I can't remember if it was Baptist, Methodist, or whatever, but it was one of them like, oh, I'm Baptist. It was an old joke. It was, I'm Baptist. Oh, what kind of Baptist are you? Oh, I'm a Northern Baptist. Oh, yeah, what kind of Northern? Northern Michigan Sinai Baptist. Oh, Northern Michigan Sinai of what? And it was like, Northern Michigan Sinai of the Eastern Lansing. Okay, and it just kept breaking down on this thing. And it was like this huge, it was a break off of 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 a break.
Yeah, and they genuinely, okay, so let's say it comes to like the example I gave earlier of like women should only wear dresses, right?
Yeah.
Skirts. The people who break off from the church that says, no, women can wear pants. Now, this one says, God says, no, you have to wear a dress. This one says, God says, no, it's fine to wear pants. This group with the pants thinks of these guys as super legalistic.
Mm-hmm.
The people with the dresses over here think of these guys as too lascivious, too, lawless, right? So they think God's going to punish them, and they think God's going to punish them, but they might agree for a while. They'll agree for a while when it comes to like LGBTQ stuff. You know what I'm saying? They'll agree. And that's really what's happening is a lot of Christians, you've had Catholics and evangelicals agree like, oh yeah, we should prevent this and we should make a law about this and we should make a law about this. And then now we're getting to the 10 Commandments. We should put those in the public places, where even some Christians are like, whoa, like this is a little bit much. You know what I'm saying? Like they're, and then it's getting a little more extreme. Like now some of these guys are
the problems because teachers like, fine, we'll teach the Bible. And then they start teaching the Bible. And then the Christian's like, no, you can't
That's
teach
not the way I want you to teach it. That's not my interpretation of it.
Okay, and I'm like, okay, if you all can agree, okay, so if you Presbyterians and you Baptists and you Jehovah's Witnesses.
On every verse in this book, how it should be interpreted.
Latter-day Saints over here and you Catholics. Yep. Give me on how you want me to teach this.
And you guys have to agree.
You can't agree.
Tell me exactly the way.
Going. Let me keep continuing on this education. You guys fight amongst yourselves, and once you come to a solution, then I'll take it into consideration in how we teach this. But I'm going to teach it how it's written. I'm just reading it, and
you could just be like, and some people say that this verse means, to love your neighbor as yourself. Some people say that you should hate gay people. Some people say that you can interpret it as, and then some people just say the whole thing's trash. Mm-hmm. And that's how you could teach the Bible. You could say, some people say this, some people say it's pretend.
Yeah.
And then, sure, teach it that way, because it is a book that has been sold more copies than any other book is the Bible, right? So let's just, and it's been interpreted and translated in so many languages. Yeah. And so it has some value in our world because it has become such a, it's a symbol of something. But now, okay, teach it. But don't teach it as though it's the truth. Teach it as though this is how this book has been taken to mean this. It's been used to do this. It's been used to do this. I don't know. Make up your mind what you think about it. Do you like this kind of idea that there's this God that cares about what clothes you wear and where you put parts of your body and who you love and, all those things? Or, there's another way you can interpret it. Is this God basically saying that, living by all this system, it's miserable and, there's a life outside of it, you can know from your own intuition, you can actually listen to yourself and learn to trust yourself and know how to live in the world. Or you can, what I'm saying? There's lots of different ways. There's choices there, but what they're really saying when they're saying teach the Bible is like, teach the Bible my way.
Yeah.
That's really what they want.
So if you all can agree on what that way is, it his way?
Which they're never going to all agree.
Oh, you don't agree with his way 100%. Okay. Yeah. So
which one do we do? Which one do we side with?
You think both these two are fucking clowns. Okay. Yeah. Good. Okay. Let's see. Oh, all right.
So then they'll go with the majority in the area. So you might have more evangelicals than Baptists. So we'll go with the evangelicals, but then the Baptists are going to do their very best to stop it and try to fight it because they want to be in power. That's all this is. It's a big joke of people who want power, and they're going to fight each other. Eventually they will fight each other and devour themselves. So it will not ever be this world where everybody is living as these Christian, because the Christianity is so fractured. There is no one clear Christian path.
Yeah. And I think this will tie into an episode we just recorded that'll come out in a couple weeks. When you start looking for what's best for self instead of what's best for the whole, if you're looking out for what's best as a whole, you're going to probably make wiser, better long-term decisions with less consequences.
And you don't have to say just for whole. You can say what's best for self and collectively. What is the best for all of us rather than just what's best for me or what's best for you, what's best for us.
A lot of times in examples when people are like, no, this is going to be best for me, they see the next step.
Yeah.
This is what's going to be best for
me.
They're
not looking far down the road.
So I'm going to eat all this candy right now because I want to eat all this candy right now. And they're not looking the next step down the road of, well, now I'm going to have a tummy ache and now I won't be able to do everything else I want to do the rest of the night because I'm going to be busy on the toilet all night long because I ate all this candy. And they don't foresee it. And that's what happens a lot of times when it's on this individual. And that's what's happened when, well, we need to put the 10 Commandments in the Bible in schools, okay? You didn't look down the road. Are you teaching this in the schools? No. The teachers are teaching this? Okay, now you're leaving it up to their discretion on how it gets taught?
How do they interpret it?
You didn't really think that one through, did you? Because now they can destroy your Bible.
They're not looking in down the road. They're also not looking in the past at what the Christian church or any of these kinds of systems do. They devour each other. Yeah. So I think for me, understanding this gives me hope. They're not going to win. They cannot win because they will destroy each other and it will all fall to pieces at some point. And I am 99% sure that will happen at some point.
Yeah. And again, back to the episode we just recorded, it's all about my group.
Yeah.
And that's one that's got to survive instead of saying what's best for everybody. And if we started looking at what's best for everybody, what's best for the collective, myself and everybody, then you can start coming to some places of, all right, so the Bible has some good messages and we can teach some of them rules in here without actually bringing the Bible in, some of these lessons of life through this, and we can look at the Quran. Like
love your neighbor as yourself.
Yeah, and there's some good lessons in the Quran. There's some good lessons in this religion, and there's some just general philosophies in life that have no religious bound to them.
And it will be less, I think if we did that, when we do, it would be less rules. There would be less rules needed. because there'll be more leeway for that personal kind of, because there is, we do value our individual choices. We do value that. I want to live my life the way that I see best to live my life. And you want to live yours the way you see best to fit yours. I don't want somebody over me telling me I've got to do it this way and that way. And especially if I don't like it or it doesn't fit me. So there's value in that, but there's also value in the collective. Like, how are we helping create a space that helps everybody thrive in what feels the best for them, that is not taking away the freedom of others, and it allows all of us to flourish individually, but as a whole, where we flourish together because people are in those roles. So that really, I just wanted this to be a little episode on hope that they will destroy each other and none of them are going to win. So,
but we're a bunch of granola eating hippies that have these woo-woo ideas that could never possibly happen. People think this is woo. They think this is impractical, but it's common sense.
Yeah.
If we acted in the best nature of the group, things would be so much better. Yeah. But we want to force, no, my ideology is what needs to run because I have to have my own comfortability. Well, you can still be comfortable in a group setting and still get most of your way and be able to operate the way you want to operate.
The thing you can't do, you won't be able to do, is control others, making them operate the way that feels comfortable. So you might feel a little bit of uncomfortableness because you're going to have people living very differently around you, and you have to be okay with that. But they're living their life, and you might make others uncomfortable, but they don't have the right to change you. So it's like that would be the most enjoyable for everybody. Yes, there's a little bit of compromise, but it would be a lot more freedom and goodness for all of us.
A good, clear example is you can live with LGBTQ in your community and just live with it, even if you believe that it's sinful and destined to hell.
Well, let your God deal with it then. They'll deal with it when they die. If that was true, then just let your God, you don't have to legislate and make a law, because nowhere in the Bible did God say, go and make the land, he said, go, Jesus says, go and make disciples. But what they're doing now, what evangelicals are doing now, I'm going to go and make rules and laws to enforce what I believe Jesus is saying or God is saying, right? Nowhere is that told to do. Nowhere are you told to fight those battles. Let God be in charge of, they'll have their judgment day. If you want to just believe that, that's fine. But it's not your job to change them or let them live the most comfortable life they can, the most enjoyable life they can, especially if they're going to be burning in hell for eternity. Let them have that. Why can't you let them have that? No, it's like, no, I want to take that away from you and make you live miserable, and you're probably going to go to hell.
Yeah, but the biggest thing is they're not going to steal away from your experience in this world. Unless you try to force yourself upon them and into their
environment. Unless you think that the world needs to all look the way you want it to, then they are going to steal from that, because that's just not real life, and it's not going to happen. It wouldn't be good for you either, because you wouldn't grow or change. You would not learn how to love people. You would not learn how to adapt. You wouldn't learn how to find peace because you would have no contrast in your life. Everybody would be doing the same things, believing the same way. It would be like Stepford. It would be so artificial and fake.
Yeah. And the world wouldn't get the experience that it needs from every individual. No. So, you can live your own life and believe your own things.
You can believe whatever the hell you want. You just can't force it on others.
Other people.
Yeah.
But just because you want to force that on other people, then that's where the issue comes in. You can't do that.
Yeah, there was no problem with Christians just being Christians, going to church on Sunday, believing whatever they believed about anybody.
Yeah.
The problem is when they try to create laws and legislate it. They push for their belief system to become the law of the land. So everybody has to follow their belief systems. And that is not okay.
No.
So,
put that in your pipe
Christian nationalism, any of them, all of it will fall apart at some point. It's just a matter of time.
Yeah, there's too many egos in it. There's too much, I want it my way.
Yeah.
It's dealing with toddlers.
It is pattern recognition. This is how it will go. It will go that way. It just, when, I don't know, but it will go that way at some point.
Yeah.
And then it will settle down to whatever it looks like after.
Yeah. That's why monarchies died, because people got tired of the king wanting to do everything because it was his druthers to do this.
Yeah.
I need this. And they're like, well, fuck you. We want stuff too.
Yeah.
So we're going to try.
And Americans do not like to be controlled.
No.
Regardless of who they are.
I
they
think
do not
people
like to
in
be
general
controlled.
don't like to be
no,
controlled.
I think that's true too. But Americans, we are the descendants of people who left other places where they were being controlled more. You know what I'm saying? So we're not going to be an easy people to take control over.
Anywho, there's your hope that it's all going to eat itself. So if you're watching on YouTube, hit that like, smash that subscribe, follow. We'd appreciate that greatly. It helps us so much. And if you're listening on a streaming device, give us the not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, 5-star rating. That would help us out greatly too. Just go up there and click it. It's simple. Just got to go and it's done. That's all. Simple, easy peasy. Helps us greatly. And if you want to reach out to us, drop us videos or comments or subjects to talk about, go down below in the description, look in the link, and there'll be links down there that you can reach out to us and get a hold of us there. So,
all right.
So let's sit back, get our popcorn, watch these faiths attack each other and cannibalize each other, and just enjoy the show while we sit back and say, we can keep rolling out grenades. You know, Jesus already came back. That's what he said. They think that men should be bearded. What do you think about that? You can't play cards. So, you can just throw out little things here and just get them fired up.
Yeah.
Have them fight each other, then we won't have to worry about them
and we
anymore.
don't even have to stir it up. They'll do it on their own. You see it just poking its head up every once in a while. So anyways, or you can just not listen to us at all because we actually don't know shit. Bye.
Yeah, that's pretty much the case.
Yeah.
So,
all right. Bye. Bye.